Grant, how are you?
Thanks so much for coming along today.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised when you called, because when you're doing business cases for building infrastructure like I am, I don't often consider the people and change aspects.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, I just finished on a large transport infrastructure program that was impacting hundreds of thousands of commuters every day. So in fact, getting the people elements right is really crucial.
Right, that's interesting. I'm helping a client at the moment scope and build delivery infrastructure for 2 hospitals. In the mid-north coast. I'm building the business case right now.
Okay, amazing. And as part of that business case, typically how much cost do you set aside for the people implementation side of things?
To be honest, we haven't really considered it and put anything aside.
Look, I mean, that's fair enough, but if you think about it in practical terms, on day one, you don't want your nurses not knowing where the medicine is or how to use the new equipment. It does sound really granular, but getting this right can actually save lives, and it also takes significant time, meticulous planning, and of course money.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because I'm really focused on the build and equipment side of the business case.
Fair enough. I mean, you absolutely need a clear change strategy that includes time and resources to do these kind of things, change impact assessments, training needs analysis, and implementing of your plans. We'd also need a detailed stakeholder analysis that we can overlay onto your project timeline too, to make sure that people aren't feeling overwhelmed.
Well, that's great. Look, I'm doing the business case now, as I said, so why don't we make some time and run through some numbers?
That'd be great. I mean, typically we see allocation of about 15% of your project budget to these kind of people components. So let's chat about it a little bit more next week.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you finally. So you're Ben from P&C?
Yes, nice to meet you too. So look, Jack thought it would be a great opportunity for us to connect. What's your name? Tell me a bit about your KPMG story.
So my name's Dean. I work in deals focusing on integrations and separations. Our transactions team just assisted on $1 billion deal where one company acquired another. I'm currently working on the integration of the two, focusing on achieving the synergies. We think there's about $100 million of savings that can be made.
Yeah, wow. It's a significant amount of savings. Can I ask, have you put any thought about the people implications into that? Essentially, how can the people component impact your ability to be able to utilise the full value and realise the full value of the deal?
No, I think we'll just think about that later. The boards only really care about the figures, and we just get judged on how well we deliver synergies.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting to hear that, I must admit. I think looking at the research from your team's Australian deal landscape report, it certainly shows that the people factor, specifically elements around cultural fit and retention, of key people, are critical to deal success. So, you won't deliver the synergies, if you erode the current or the existing value in the organisation. Certainly, I guess people can leave organisations very quickly. I look at Telstra, for example, with what's happening with that Telstra T22 transformation. If there's a state of flux, you certainly don't want your client to be left with, critical knowledge and capability gaps. But you do want to exit the right people at the right time while minimising any IR risk. So, is it something that you think that there's some opportunity for us to connect on? Or?
You're convincing me. Tell me more.
Yeah, well, look, I think thinking through it, you potentially need someone that's able to understand, the impacts of the deal from probably a more of a change portfolio approach. Looking at things like a technology migration change will impact, products, services, pricing, changes to office locations, team structures, roles, responsibilities, etc. So essentially you want someone that can drive the transformation, even though there is a level of ambiguity, on what the final destination or the future state will be. And all the while, we want to keep the people engaged, communicated to, and we want to bring them along on the cultural journey and the transformation, and create that, sort of the one team approach. As they say, one team, one dream.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds great. Let's manage the complexity together.
Sounds good.